Hello and welcome to Mad About Superheroes cartoon commentary of The Incredible Hulk. The episode that we are watching is the origin of The Incredible Hulk. Great opening sequence, like all 80s cartoons. They have to have an awesome opening sequence and theme song. Great theme song. Just as memorable as the 70s live action Hulk series theme song. I think I like this one just a little bit more than the 70s theme. Again, great action sequence here in the opening. Gives you a little recap of the history of the character, his origin, and feels like a dream sequence. Great action montage, but feels a lot like a dream sequence. Get a little bit of everything. Some of the happenings in the episodes to come, and a great shot here of the Hulk holding up his logo. Again, this is the origin of the Hulk. As a kid, I would always hope for this episode to be shown in a rerun. It was one of my favorite episodes. And a great opening narration by Stan the Man Lee. The man, the legend, the myth, R.I.P. Stan Lee. He also did narration on the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends cartoon that used to play... I think before this, it used to come on Saturday mornings, and then they'd show the Incredible Hulk. Great double feature. And this pretty much stays close to the origin featured in the 60s comic book, the first issue of the Hulk. There are slight changes, variations to update it for the 80s, because this cartoon came out in 1982. The only difference is the alien invasion aspect in this episode that plays out. I'm introducing some characters here. We got Rick Jones, Rita, and Rio, the owner of the restaurant here, Rio's Rancheros, I believe it's called. A little bit of comedy bits going on there between Rio and Rick. No father likes anybody that's the daughter's would be boyfriend. Great shot of there, the alien ship approaching over them overhead, and of course Rick has to make the comment. It's like Star Wars. Of course, Star Wars is still all the rage. This is between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. The early 80s Star Wars figures were still a big deal, so it was very much in the pop culture minds. And we got Dr. Banner showing up here, his first appearance in this episode. I don't think that this episode was the first episode. It's on. I have this on Amazon Prime, and it shows as the third episode. I don't remember that as a kid if the order is different on Amazon, or if it's true to the like how they originally aired. And now we got Betty showing up here, Betty Ross. Like I said, it's very much it's true to the source material by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, of course. Although the cartoon series here takes a little bit of its artistic influence from the Sal Buscema version of The Incredible Hulk, which I loved as a kid. The Hulk was always one of my favorite characters. I think that comes from the 70s, the late 70s, early 80s live action show that I watched as a very young kid. And just really connected with that whole character. Something about being a weakling that can turn into a raging, muscle-bound monster appealed to me. As a kid, you're told all day long what to do by adults and get picked on by bigger kids, and here's this wimp of a guy that can turn into this this powerful being. It's very appealing. And again, we got this alien ship here showing up. It's going to cause some problems and commotion and obstacles for Bruce Banner and the Hulk to overcome. I like this animation too. Again, same Same animators and makers of the Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends cartoon, which I loved. I did a retro cartoon review of the Incredible Hulk series at not too long ago. You can check it out and just visit my homepage and check out my uploads, my videos, and see it there. And get a little bit more in depth about the overall series, not just the one episode. We got the military here going after this alien ship, shooting it down. It's not gonna stop it from causing some commotion though. When I was a kid and I'd watch the live action Incredible Hulk series, a lot of times I'd fall asleep waiting for for Bruce Banner to turn into the Hulk, or excuse me, on the live action show he was David Banner. He wasn't Bruce Banner. He was David Banner. I'd wait for him to. I'd fall asleep waiting for him to turn into the Incredible Hulk. I found the series a little boring. You'd only got maybe 5 or 10 minutes of the Hulk if you were lucky. So when this cartoon series came out, of course, and it being Saturday mornings, I'd be wide awake, and I would not fall asleep during this. Not just because I was wide awake, but the fact that you got an equal amount, if not more, of the Incredible Hulk than Bruce Banner, which was a delight. When you're a kid, you don't want to see all the boring talking parts. You want to see the action, the adventure. You want to see Bruce Banner Hulk out, and you got plenty of that in this series. And the cartoon series does a good job of holding your interest with the animation. It's a lot more like a comic book, so. And we're almost to the incident, where Dr. Banner is going to make his metamorphosis into the green-skinned Goliath with a little help from his pal to be Rick Jones. If you're familiar with the source material, it's no secret that Rick Jones is very much linked to the Incredible Hulk's origin. And we got some shenanigans here with the scientist that's more than he seems. That's going to sabotage old Bruce here. They did a '90s Incredible Hulk cartoon series that was pretty good too, but and they've done a few since then as well. But this is my favorite Incredible Hulk cartoon series. There is that attachment, that nostalgia. Growing up in the '80s, I think I was maybe 7, 8 years old when this came out. So there's that attachment to it. And I remember at the time too, I had the Hulk. I think it was like a 12-inch Hulk Mego figure that I was very attached to. I played with it very often. I also had a Buck Rogers figure from the '70s TV series, and I'd pretend that the Buck Rogers figure was Bruce Banner, and then he changed into the to the Incredible Hulk, the Mego figure. You got to get creative, you got to use your imagination back then. We didn't have all the distractions we do now, so we got the meeting here of Bruce Banner and Rick Jones. Bruce is, got to step up. He's got to, rescue young Rick Jones, who stumbled onto the army base where they're going to test the gamma bomb. That sound is, means business. It's not for anything good, and you got the explosion. That is a great visualization of. Here we got. Awesome images of Bruce getting bombarded with gamma rays, and the awesome narration by Stan the Man Lee. Such a recognizable voice, even as a kid. It's Stan Lee is a staple of my childhood. Reading his comic books or reprints of his comic books, and you know, he had the Stan soapbox in the Marvel comics that were being printed back then, and narrating the cartoons. He will always be the face of Marvel Comics. And here we got Bruce's putting things together, that he was sabotaged. And Bruce is about to have a little freak out. Any excuse to to get him to turn into the Hulk. Which I'm not complaining, because you know, who doesn't want to see him have a Hulk out?
When will I be able to see Dr. Banner? Is he all right? I'm his fiancée. Can't you tell me anything?
4-3, calling number 1. Over.
This is number 1. Proceed with your report.
One of my favorite Hulk comics growing up was also came out in the early '80s. Now there's the What If series on Disney Plus that's also animated, and there was a comic book that was What If the Hulk Went Berserk, and I read that thing over and over and looked at it so many times. It's a great issue, one of my favorites. Never collected the series regularly. I just, you know, peeked in and out sporadically, and that was one that I really liked. And you know, the Hulk is separated from Bruce Banner, and he goes crazy, and he's having battles with lots of the characters in the Marvel Universe. And long story short, Thor is the one that does him in. But here we have now is the moment we've been waiting for, the first Hulk out in this episode. And I don't know why they didn't air this one as the first episode if it didn't. Like I said, I don't remember, but on here on the episode order on Amazon Prime this is episode 3. So it seems kind of weird that if they aired like that originally on television, that's kind of weird. You figured you'd go with the origin first. But great Hulk out. Although it is funny that they haven't shown it yet, but when he changes into the Hulk, of course, his clothes tear, they rip. But when he turns back into Dr. Banner, you know, hilariously, his clothes, you know, he just changes back and he's got his clothes back on and they're fine. They're not ripped. It's like, how does that happen? Great shot of him busting through that door. And Betty's gonna, the first time she lays her eyes on the green-skinned Goliath. And in the cartoon series, they which is a little different from the comic book, they keep it a secret. Like they never want her to find out for some reason that Bruce Banner is the Hulk. And in the comic series, you know, I'm pretty sure she knows right off the bat. Everybody knows that Bruce Banner is the Hulk in the comic. But in the cartoon series, they keep that secret identity, you know, thing going on. Like most of the superheroes of the day had. The Hulk was one of the exceptions. Everybody knew Bruce Banner was the Hulk. Nowadays, a lot of comic books do that. Even like Iron Man came out, for lack of a better way to put it, that you know, everybody knows Tony Stark is Iron Man. And they always here it's you know, setting up like it's of course it's the origin, so it's the beginning. That military was always after the Hulk. I wish they had done that on the live action version. They always had like Mr. McGee the reporter was always hot on his trail, but I wish that they had more of this aspect with the army chasing the Hulk. That was always one of my favorite aspects of that comic. That he was always hunted. Like it's very reminiscent, and it was influenced by Frankenstein's monster as well. You know, him being hunted with torches and pitchforks, and with it being set in of course in a more modern era, it's the military that's after him instead of like an angry lynch mob or whatever. The other character he was influenced by, or I should say Stan Lee was influenced by, was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's kind of an amalgam of Frankenstein's monster and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which is cool. And everything is influenced by something. Nothing is 100% completely original. Although if you put your own twist to it and you do it the right way, it can really resonate. It's unfortunate that today in today's world, there's not a whole lot of originality going on. Hopefully, it's going to come back. I think it will, but right now it's really not the case, which is kind of sad. Here we got this little tussle that's going on here, and this guy, the scientist that I mentioned before, he's turning out to be more than what he seems to be. Love the reveal here with the mechanical arm. You can't have the Hulk toss around a regular human like that. That's not, won't pass standards and practices. You know, can't have too much violence. So it's always got to be a robot. Even on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon series that aired in the late '80s, they had to turn the Foot Clan into robots. Because you can't. It's this way they have something to fight. They can't use swords and staffs and all that kind of stuff on people. So they had to be robots. So that goes way back. Even in the '80s, the Hulk had to fight a robot guy. He could rip his arms off and shit. You can't do that to a human being. And he has a transformation I was talking about where he's just he transforms back and he's got his shirt and tie, his pocket protector. It's all fine. It magically reappears. I like this here too with the reveal of the alien on this little ship thing that he's got here. It kind of looks like a spider. It's like a robot spider looking thing. And again, they just show you the arm there. But really cool design, ship-wise. And I like the little robot alien guy too. Really cool looking. Like I said, when I was a kid, I would wait for them to repeat this episode. I mean, I pretty much liked all of the episodes, but this was my favorite for sure. And a second would be the She-Hulk episode. I think it was called Enter the She-Hulk. That's a really good episode as well. It's got like Hydra in it and stuff. That's pretty cool. And there was another one that had the leader. I always liked that character. He's like the Hulk's arch nemesis. I wish they had done more with that character in the Marvel movies and the Incredible Hulk film with Edward Norton. They had set him up, but they never really paid it off. Probably because that movie wasn't very well received. But I like it. I wish they would have followed through with that. Who knows? Maybe there's still time. The Marvel Cinematic Universe isn't going anywhere. So, and there's the She-Hulk series coming out. So maybe they'll do something with that character there. They're obviously in the trailers. They're using the Abomination again, and he appeared in was it Shang-Chi? Yeah, he was in Shang-Chi. So maybe they'll get around to it. I'd like to see that. So, and here we go. I got this. Like I said, I like this spider ship that this alien's got. It's pretty cool. It fell off earlier off that bigger ship it seemed like it was going to be like an invasion, but the Hulk's going to make short work of this guy soon. And of course he's got to capture Betty. They got to have the damsel in distress routine. But she has an episode too that's pretty cool where she steps up and she does some pretty cool stuff later on. I forget the name. I can't remember the name of the episode off the top of my head, but she basically she takes down the Hulk, which is pretty cool. But that's another episode. I digress. So yeah, she's getting captured now, and old Green Jeans has got to come in and save the day. Although that was it, they always Stanley always had that thing for nicknames. Spider-Man was old Webhead, Hulk was old Green Jeans, but he calls him Green Jeans. But actually, his pants are purple. Purple and green, of course, they go good together. So his pants had to be purple, right? Rick's trying to flag down Major Talbot. Major Talbot was always a pain in the ass to Bruce Banner and the Hulk. They used him, his character, in the Ang Lee Hulk, which was interesting. I forget that actor's name, but he was recently in the Forever Purge. He was pretty good in that. The actor that played Major Talbot in Ang Lee's Hulk. It's funny how they had that movie, and even like the Spider-Man movies, like everything gets rebooted so fast now. It just didn't do so well. We'll just course correct. Here's another one. See how this one does. Again, we got it on this alien spider ship thing here. I don't know what to call it, but it's pretty cool looking. Here, oh, that's a cool looking robot alien guy. Kind of has like an insect vibe to him too. He's really cool looking. And Bruce Banner's gotten taken away by the MPs, and of course, again, just an excuse for him to get angry, to get upset, and Hulk out. And of course, the military is trying to do their best against this robot alien guy, and they're doing okay, but not so great either. Because the Hulk's got to save the day. It's his show. It's called The Incredible Hulk. He's got to be the one to take care of business. Great transformation scene that they reuse and reuse every episode. You gotta cut corners, cut costs any way you can. Cool ship design too. The interior of the ship is really nice looking. They made short work of that van. Of course, Major Talbot has to be the one to give the Hulk his moniker. A great hulking monster. It's corny, but it's great, It's lots of fun. I think, I don't really collect modern comics. I have the comics that I bought like when I was a kid. I think modern comics, they're cool, but I don't think they're as much fun, in my opinion. I occasionally go into a comic book store and I pick up some new stuff and I look into it. It just, I don't know, it doesn't appeal to me. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. It's not as appealing to me as my old comic books. Maybe they're trying to be in sync with the films or trying to be like the films. Maybe that's why they don't appeal to me. I do like the films, but, movies are movies and comics are comics. I think they're two different mediums and they should be, done differently. But anyways, again, I digress. The Hulk made short work of this guy and his spider ship, and he's basically, pulling this little robot apart. That's a cool shot too, there where the head rolls away, and they got that shot in between the Hulk's legs. Very cool imagery. And he's got the self-destruct, like the Predator. It's just not as grand, not as grandiose. It's just a little fizzle, and his head disintegrated. If it was the Predator, he would have took out the whole city, a whole city block with his self-destruct. And of course, Major Talbot is, he's given a new charge in life. He wants to get the Hulk. And we got this nice little wrap up here with Bruce Banner and Rick Jones. And Rick Jones is kind of stuck to Bruce Banner like glue. He feels responsible for his transformation into the Hulk, and he wants to stick with him. And again, they setting up here where Bruce Banner wants to keep it a secret that he's the Hulk, and that's what they kind of do throughout the series. And that's the episode. Thanks for tuning in to Mad About Superheroes and checking it out with me. I hope you enjoyed listening to this commentary, and I will see you on the next one.